Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeff Ashby, and it's such an honor for me to be here representing Jonathan Jones. He put together this, put it on the corporate calendar, and I'm so excited that tonight we get to talk about gut health. I both Jonathan, Dr. Prasad, and my names are on that, and at this point, I'm seeing just me in the in the meeting so far. So I don't know if some wires got crossed. I know that Dr. Prasad is going to be on with us tomorrow night for the corporate call. He's going to be on Tuesday night. He's going to be on Wednesday night. And so this is going to be a busy week for Dr. Prasad and myself. But this is what an incredible opportunity to be here tonight. Talking about gut health. This is being streamed to YouTube. Jonathan's going to go in and cut out the first section because he had to open this up. He's at a convention or a conference or something right now and could not be participating here with us tonight. He's asked me to help out, and I'm so excited to be here. And Nicholas, I'll let you take care of it. I know I'm jumping on those and letting people in, and I should let you do it. Have you seen Dr. Prasad yet? I don't see him yet. So with that, let's just get underway. We're talking about gut health tonight. We're talking about not just gut overall health. We're talking about that connection between the gut and the brain. And what I'd like to do is, if I could start out with this slide. Let me go right here. Where do I have it? Okay. Here we are. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up here on the screen as we begin, because I want to set the stage for all of us tonight as we're talking about it. It says the microbiome, the next frontier in medicine. The microbiome is the invisible organ, the missing piece in our health. It's the complex colonies of microbial life within us. It interconnects with all other organs. And number one, regulates immunity. Number two, improves mental clarity. Number three, improves overall health. And we're just now learning about it. The microbiome touches all aspects of medicine. It's a movement that will grow because it's truth. And when people learn about it and see what it is responsible for and how it can change their health in a matter of months, they really want it. A gut imbalance, otherwise known as dysbiosis, can cause massive inflammatory response and may be the cause of many diseases such as adrenal burnout, acid reflux, autism, chronic fatigue, IBS, thyroid disease, hair loss, obesity, diabetes, Parkinson's, and much, much more. Hope has arrived. Fixing our microbiome, our own internal ecosystem of beneficial bacteria, is life-changing for so many. Everything in our body is interrelated and interconnected. The microbiome gives us the power to heal from within. Probiotics and prebiotics are needed since most of us don't access the foods that have the nutrients we need to improve our microbiome. So, that having been stated, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But before we really get too much further into this, I need to pull up on the screen here with us our disclaimer so that we can speak openly and freely. So if you'll just follow along with me as I read. These statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is for educational purposes only and includes information on recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. Engage's products do, however, address our deficiencies and provide our bodies with the nutrition we are lacking. Nothing here is intended to be a substitute for treatment or a visit to your primary healthcare provider. So with that having been taken care of, we're going to be talking about the gut-brain connection, specifically as we're looking at what's going on with the microorganisms in our gut. In order to successfully talk about this, though, we need to reference where our information is coming from. How excited we are to have the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation. And it all comes back to this booklet. Every one of you that are on as a participant today can, I hope, have one of these in your hands or request one of them. This is 36 pages worth of documentation describing why these products are so much different. Daily nutrition to live your best life, the world's most scientifically validated micronutrient supplements. As we open this up, you can see that there was a purpose behind the creation of these supplements. Made to protect, built to sustain. Right here, you can see the original military packaging. And before I go on, I just want to reference this paragraph over on the side here. It says, not just to protect, but also to sustain our troops, the U.S. military, asked Dr. Kedar Prasad, PhD, the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation, to develop a supplement that can provide a singular daily source of nutritional defense and nourishment for U.S. troops. Now, this is typically where I would go on and I would talk a little bit about the timeline and then Dr. Prasad himself. What I will do, though, is I'm going to pull this up onto the screen so that you can read along with me in a digital version. And the reason I'm going to go to the digital version is those of you who don't have access to this booklet right now can request a copy through the individual who invited you on tonight, who's asked you to participate. This 36-page scientific presentation, this document, is available to everyone. And here is my digital copy of it. I'm going to just pull it up here on the screen with me. It says the world's most scientifically validated micronutrient supplements. And you can see this is the page we've already covered. We go from that to the very next page. But what I wanted to point out is this page about Dr. Kedar Prasad, the man behind MicroDaily. We are going to go down through the accolades to the last two where it says discovered. And I want to briefly talk about discovered the anti-cancer potency of vitamin E succinate. And then in regards to tonight's discussion, discovered that butyric acid, the small fatty acid formed by fermentation of fibers in the gut, is an anti-cancer agent. So we are seeing here this opportunity to really lean into the information that Dr. Prasad actually discovered. In a conversation that I was having with Dr. Prasad just yesterday, it is amazing to know that his discovery of this butyric acid has led to so many other pioneering events and research that he was doing. In fact, often I get a chance to send formulations off to Dr. Prasad, and he'll review them and talk about, does it match up to his CQF standard? What are the ingredients? Is it too much of one and not enough of another? It's pretty amazing. And we were having a discussion about butyric acid just yesterday. He called me on Saturday as a follow-up, and it's just so amazing to have access to Dr. Prasad. And it comes right back to this. We're talking about the gut-brain connection tonight. And so I'm gonna pull this up. Gutsy move for a brain, happiness and confidence. This is where we're going to end. This is what we're going to bring it in. And in about 45 minutes from now, you're going to understand why happiness and confidence can be within a bottle. But really, what we are talking about tonight is this. Happiness is a gut feeling. Ever heard the phrase, trust your gut? The latest science shows that your gut can affect your brain and your brain can affect your gut. Our levels of happiness versus sadness, optimism versus pessimism, togetherness versus loneliness are not all in our head. Now, is that just amazing? I'm going to go back. That last sentence there, our levels of happiness versus sadness, optimism versus pessimism, togetherness versus loneliness are not all in our head. So where are they? Where else could they be? And that's why we're talking about tonight our gut-brain connection. So many of you have seen the video, and I may play it tonight with Dr. Tracy Marks, where she talks about the significance of the vagus nerve. And I'm going to point this out. In fact, I'm going to point out this page, and then we might just take a look at that video. But look at this. So the vagus nerve is the longest nerve in the entire human body. Nerves such as the vagus nerve provide a hardwired connection between the gut and brain. And out to the right of it, the vagus nerve sends the brain feedback from the abdominal cavity and regulates automatic responses, including mood, digestion, and stress. Okay, now we're going to go on. We're going to talk about the cells, including the immune system, interact with the gut microbiota. Gut cells, including microbe bacteria, send signals to the brain via nerves and hormones to indicate all sorts of things, including hunger or satiety, which is fullness. Okay. Now, what about biochemicals, including hormones, neurotransmitters, and cytokines? They transmit signals through the bloodstream. On to the right there, the gut produces as much as 60 to 90% of neurotransmitters involved in mental wellness, including dopamine and serotonin. So I'm going to go back and read that one again, because it goes right back to that first page where we talked about even something like, sadness versus happiness. It says the gut produces as much as 60 to 90% of the neurotransmitters involved in mental wellness, including dopamine and serotonin. So are you getting it? Are you understanding the significance of this gut-brain connection? Let's take a moment here. In fact, it's about 4.5 minutes, and we will go to Dr. Tracy Marks as she talks about the gut-brain connection, and brings it forward in a light that all of us can really grasp and understand. Now, Dr. Marks is on YouTube, and I would suggest that you go out and just get a chance to avail yourself of the information that she is putting out there for all of us to benefit from. And I appreciate what she has done as we listen to what she's bringing forward today. So let me just find it here. Thought it was, there we go. Okay, here's Dr.
Gut and your brain talk to each other. And when the gut talks, the brain listens. I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and I make mental health education videos. Your intestines has about 39 trillion microorganisms in it. And yes, I said trillion. We call this collection of organisms the microbiome, and it consists mostly of bacteria, but it also contains viruses and fungi. Collectively, it weighs about 3 pounds, which is the same weight as your brain. We feed these organisms and they produce chemicals that we need. They send messages to the brain through the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is cranial nerve number 10 that originates in the brainstem, and then it travels down your neck and alongside your carotid arteries. and then into your chest, and then branches out and sends out feelers to control your internal organs in your abdomen and your chest, including your intestines. It's the longest nerve that originates in the brain and not only controls the contractions of your gut, which is called peristalsis, but it also controls your heart rate. So it's a super important nerve. And that's what the microbiome uses to send messages directly to your chief operating officer, your brain. That's probably more than you wanted to know about the vagus nerve, but I couldn't help myself. The vagus nerve is important in triggering a relaxation response. More on that in another video. We know that people who are depressed and anxious have very different microbiomes than people who are not depressed. With depression, you have a higher number of bad bacteria that produce inflammatory chemicals. They send these inflammatory chemicals back to the brain and they get distributed in the body. So the ideal scenario is to have a diverse population of bacteria strains. Yes, even the microbiome values diversity. Even though the microbiome contains viruses and fungi, it's mostly bacteria, so I will refer to it as your gut bacteria. What makes you have good versus bad bacteria? Several things. Diet and medications. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, red meat, and fast food promote the bad bacteria. And lots of medications, and not just antibiotics, can change the population of your gut. Your age. As you get older, your bacteria population becomes less diverse. Your sleep. Bacteria are sensitive to circadian rhythm changes, so poor sleep promotes bad bacteria and increases inflammation. And then activity level. Aerobic activity improves the diversity of your microbiome. The connection between having poor microbiome health and depression is so strong that research has shown that transplanting feces containing the bacteria from a non-depressed individual to a depressed individual treated the depression. So we know that this is a real thing that matters, but unfortunately, it's not practical to do fecal transplants because of the risk of transmitting infection. Plus, there's just something about having someone else's feces injected into your body that just doesn't sit right. No pun intended. So until we have maybe an artificial option, you have to boost your own gut health. And here's some suggestions.
Okay, so Dr. Marks talks about we've got to take things into our own hands. And we back to the original research that Dr. Prasad was putting into this probiotic, prebiotic. I'm going to go to the slide deck that they were using, that he and David were using as this product was introduced to us in the field. And I want to go to this one on gut health. It says healthy gut, healthy mind. So Dr. March just talked about these things, but I want to point this out again as another way of just driving this concept home. It says the gut-brain axis is bidirectional. Communication channel between the gut and brain. We've talked about that vagus nerve going back and forth. It provides the connection between the gut and the brain. The vagus nerves regulates the automatic response, including mood, digestion, immune responses, and psychiatric disorders. So that going back and forth when somebody is quote unquote crazy, it's not all just coming from their head. Just like we had talked about earlier with the happiness, depression, all of these things go back and forth. If we go advance one more slide, we're seeing here, once again, that those neurotransmitters, gut cells, including good bacteria, send signals to the brain via nerves and hormones. These include signals of hunger and fullness. So I want to just tell you my own experience here as we started consuming the probiotics that are specific to Dr. Prasad's formula. In fact, let's look at this. I'm going to go to back to this gut-brain connection and advance one more slide. Let's look at the actual strains that are on the back of the bottle. So I just took my phone, I took a picture. You can see it's kind of rounded there a little bit. But if you look under the proprietary probiotic blend, when it says 22, you know what those next two symbols are, is 22 billion CFUs. Okay. But it's not so much just the overall 22 billion, it's the 14 different genus, species, and strains that are part of that proprietary probiotic blend. 14 different ones on there. The significance of those 14, though, is many of those are heat and acid resistant strains. And if you go down to the proprietary prebiotic blend, 500 milligrams, you'll find out that those ingredients that are included there, Dr. Prasad's research showed not only in the Petri dish, but in clinical trials, that the bacteria up above that 22 billion CFUs does better when they go into the gut with the food that they enjoy the most, and that is the prebiotic blend. So what happens when the right fibers are put in there? Those fibers are consumed or eaten by the right microorganisms, and it's creating butyric acid. It is creating GABA. It is creating these neurotransmitters that go back to that 60 to 90% of all of our feelings are coming from our gut. So when you start supplementing with the right probiotics and prebiotics, you're going to feel happier. You're going to have less stress. You're going to have less anxiety. You're going to have less cravings. Dr. Court talks about the study that he and Jonette have done on the microbiome, and they have found that these improper microorganisms that are in our gut because of the dysbiosis, the being out of balance, they're the first ones that get fed, and they're the ones that produce the cravings. And so if you can kill those off, if you can get rid of them, you're going to not have those cravings. And it's just, I'm sure we could have an open discussion here with those 85 of us that are on tonight's call, those that are consuming the probiotics. I bet many of you could attest to the fact that you're not having the cravings. Okay. Now we know that the MicroDaily, particularly the MicroDaily EMF, our flagship product, because our body is being nourished, we're not having the cravings, because as a population, we are chronically overfed and undernourished. This is taking care of the missing pieces in our nourishment. But what about those microorganisms? What about those that are so out of balance that it's caused a dysbiosis? They are going to be fed first. They're going to consume a lot of that nutrition that we would normally be getting, and they're the ones that we really need to make sure that they get killed off. And so that's why Dr. Prasad says it's this and I don't have the green bottle up here in front of me. In fact, it would look clear because I'm in front of a green screen. But back to that label. This is what we have. And if we advance it once more, we look at that 500 milligrams of probiotic and prebiotic. And this is the benefits of butyric acid. Okay. Back to that slide that we started out with, happiness and confidence. Many of you have felt this. You know that when you have a gut feeling, it hits you in your gut first. They've actually done measurements to demonstrate that when we get that gut feeling, it hits the gut first and then bounces right to the brain to help us decide what that gut feeling is doing for us. But that's why we really need to hit what's going on in our gut. And I'll tell you, Dr. Prasad, having that right combination, that right quantity, and the right form in the probiotic boost is once again a testament to how much Dr. Prasad cares about us and how much he cares about the human body. In fact, he talks about Hippocrates being the first individual credited with taking care of our bodies. And he says all disease starts in the gut. This is Hippocrates that started this understanding. And why, when we like I shared with you tonight, why is it that we're now just learning about it? Why is it that this has been suppressed? It's been pushed away from us until now in our understanding. Well, I really think that now is the time when we're ready for it, when we really can understand the significance of not just adding the right micronutrition, but also the right probiotics and prebiotics. And we're just waiting till next month in July when Dr. Prasad gets to release his omega-3, his formula that's also a patent has been filed on. So it's exciting. That stool that we get to stand on, that we get to sit on, that is the foundation of our company, goes to the really this whole suite of products. I'm going to pull it up here on the screen. And if you look at what we have access to, and how specific Dr. Prasad has gotten. So there's so many people that I get the opportunity to be on the phone with, and they're asking me, well, which product is going to help with this and which product is going to help with that? Because that's the way we've been educated. That's the way that we have been taught in our lives, is that there is a particular cause, and we want to go after that cause and get the body to react. So it's a cause reaction. Dr. Prasad's formulations are a support of the body's natural response. So it's a support response equation. Everything begins, though, like we've talked tonight, with the deficiencies that exist in our nutrition. Okay. That is the bottom line, the very bottom line. And if we can correct those deficiencies with the microdaily EMF, now you're also seeing on the screen, you've got the red label bottle, the microdaily EMF. Back behind that, you've got the purple bottle of the methylated. It's the same formula, less the 4 ingredients. And then you go over onto the far left-hand side, it says microdaily original. So that was the original military formula. And then back in the back, you've got the children's gummies. And those are essentially all the same formulas. The red bottle and the gummies are exactly the same formula, just in a children's dose. The methylated is the original upgraded with the methylated ingredients. And then you take one step further to the microdaily EMF. And it includes the methylated ingredients, and it also has the 4 additional ingredients: the resveratrol, the curcumin, the quercetin, and the decaffeinated green tea extract. So any one of those 4, and I'm saying 4 because the microdaily children's gummies are that same formula, that is the basis. That is our foundation. Then you add the probiotic boost, what we're talking about tonight, then the collagen. In fact, you're going to see here with the next run of our products that on the label of the probiotic, it's not going to say probiotic boost any longer. It's going to be probiotic daily. So it's going to be one of those foundational legs to our chair, our four-legged stool. It's going to be the microdaily EMF, the microdaily, what we call probiotic daily, It's going to be the collagen daily, and then you'll see it here with the omega daily coming out in July. So excited about this. And then you want to add that, if you have issues with your brain boost, eye boost, and CBD boost. So truly, it's the probiotic it's the 1-2 punch. If it was just a 1-2 punch, it would be Microdaily EMF and the probiotic boost. Then next to that, and it's going to be a toss up between whether you would go collagen or whether you would go the new omega daily. And I don't know, we're going to see when the research, the literature, and the patent pending comes out on that in July. So today, you guys, it's just been me, my co-hosts, Jonathan and Dr. Prasad. I don't know where things got jumbled up there. I knew that Jonathan asked me to cover, but I thought Dr. Prasad was going to be on here with us. Let's just give him the night off. He's here about every Sunday, and I probably want some time there with Judy and his family. I know we're so grateful to have Dr. Prasad here with us, but why don't we take the next few minutes and just kind of open it for some general probiotic related questions, and see if we have anybody that would feel comfortable enough coming forward and just sharing their experiences with the probiotics. At almost 90 people on here tonight, I know that all of us could benefit from what each other could bring forward. And Bernard, it's so good to see you're in the chat. I know it's in the middle of the night where you're at right now. We have missed you, my friend, but thank you for participating along here with us. So is there anybody who would feel comfortable coming on and just sharing their experience with a probiotic and what it's done for them? Just open up your microphones, hopefully your cameras, and I can just spotlight you up here. Stephanie, and then Freddie. Stephanie, go ahead first, and then we'll have Freddie. Oh, awesome! Thank you for opening up your camera, and I'll add the spotlight up here along with so people can talk to both of us. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I really do like that probiotic. I know for myself, my experience that I have had is it keeps me more regular, with the restroom. And I had a gastric bypass surgery. It's been over 20 years, but I found that with having that surgery, because your body is you're rewired on the inside due to that surgery. I have found that by taking that prebiotic, it has just helped, because my body, I don't have as much the stuff that breaks our food down. I don't have it like a regular stomach. So that taking that probiotic and prebiotic has really helped. And when I add it along with everything else, I've even found that I have lost some weight too. So it's an excellent product.
Wow, Stephanie, can you tell us, are you taking more than just one capsule a day? Or are you doing it twice a day? How many of the probiotics are you doing?
I am. I usually take 2 in the morning. I usually take 2 in the afternoon, and I take 2 in the evening. I up to my dosage just because of the fact that my stomach is rewired differently. So I take 6 a day.
Wow. Well, and thank you for explaining that, because when the probiotic was first released, Dr. Prasad said, 1 a day is going to be just fine. But Stephanie, like you, I am also enjoying the benefit of taking more than just the 1 a day. We do 2 in the morning and 2 at night. In fact, yesterday we were having a big street fair, a party downtown in our little community here, and lots of food trucks, and when it's a big downtown party celebration, and so I took the same dosage you did. I did 6 in a day, and those issues that I would normally have eating off of all the food trucks and enjoying the, well, I don't even have to go through all of the the treats that are triggering us, but I made it through. I didn't have those issues that would keep me pretty close to the bathroom after a night like that. So thank you, Stephanie. Thank you.
I did just want to say
Go
real
ahead.
quick too, just like everything else, make sure, especially with that probiotic, prebiotic, drink plenty of water. Make sure you up that water dosage, because that really makes a difference.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Absolutely. Absolutely. As those go through, it's just water carries everything throughout our body. And Stephanie, your testimony coming forward and knowing about the gastric bypass and how you're wired differently, it really makes a difference having somebody from your background, your understanding of your body and what you've dealt with for so many years. What a difference that this is making. So, wow. So I'm just looking here in the chat. It says 1 or 2 probiotics per day, and we've answered that. No, it says 6 in a day. So 2 morning, 2 late afternoon, and 2 in the evening is what you have found is best for you. And it may be that once those things are all corrected and you get the balances right where they're at, have you ever experimented with going up and going down at all with that dose?
I have. I did. When I first started, I started out doing just the one, what Dr. Prasad said, and then I just found that I said I'm gonna kind of play around with this, because I feel like I'm gonna need to take more of it. So I did the one for probably maybe that was first 2 weeks, and then I just found that I needed to up my dosage. So yeah, that just for myself. And like I said, with that surgery, I felt like I needed to do a lot more. I could tell the difference when I upped it.
Awesome. Well, that's listening to your body. Your body has provided you your own testimony, and thanks for sharing that with everyone here today. That's amazing. Thanks again, Stephanie. All right, we'll remove that spotlight. Freddie, your hand is up next. If you want to go ahead and open up your microphone, and do you want to join us with your camera?
Yeah,
how are you feeling today?
But I won't be able to join with the camera this evening.
All right. Okay.
But I just wanted to say I started with the probiotic because I had real serious infection in my stomach. And when I first got introduced to Microdaily, that was part of the problem, along with the problem that I was having with my heart. But the doctor had put me on some powerful antibiotics for my stomach. And I knew that I was going to have to take something that was going to help the floral in my stomach after that. And I was told at that time about the probiotic. So I started taking it. I had no trouble at all in transitioning. And I've noticed that my cravings for sweets and even salts have definitely lessened. Occasionally, I don't drink milks and I don't do ice cream, but occasionally I want a shake. And I say occasionally because whenever I would eat a shake or drink a shake, my stomach would just flip and flop. I mean, it's just horrible. But every once in a while, if I know I'm going to do it, I'll do 2 probiotics and I have no trouble. I was just amazed. I had no trouble, no bubbling, anything. And so, but I take it, most of the time I take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, but depending on my diet for the day, I will do 2 and 2. So I just kind of, feel my body and know what is, but it's amazing the difference that makes on my stomach. And that's it.
Wow. Well, and I'm Freddie. I wonder how many others on here tonight would also attest to that they're consuming a lot less of the Tums, the antacids, because you get that the microbiome's balanced. And I'm telling you, the probiotic is I think better than some of those antacids by far. So
The thing
pretty
Jeff,
amazing.
that I also
Yeah.
had acid reflux, real bad, and just burn. And since taking the probiotics, don't have that problem at all. And it's been months now. I haven't had that problem.
So exciting that something just this insignificant can make such a difference. Alrighty. Thank you. Thanks, Freddie. So we got Horace and Bev. Go ahead. I'm going to pull you up here on the spotlight with me. Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, Jeff.
Hello.
Good. In my circle, back in my I guess a year or so ago, I was known as a heavy hitter when it comes to eating. Never just one plate of food would satisfy me. And so I started to take the probiotics because my body was really in bad shape. And when I started to take the Dr. Prasad's Choice, I only took one probiotic in the morning and one probiotic at night. And as I listened to the different testimonies and did the research, I found out that that wasn't quite enough for me. So I upped it to 2 in the morning and to 2 at night. Well, that helped and it worked. And then I said, well, if that works, maybe just add one more dose to it and it might even work better. So that's what I did. I added another dose to it and it worked better. It regulated me. I don't eat as much. I almost have to force myself to eat now, Jess. And when Bev cooks food for us, I just get a little bit of the time. And if I need to go back, I'll go back. But on an average, I have to force myself to eat now. And so, and I'm still healthy, I'm still big. And I thought I'd lose the weight because I'm not eating quite as much, but I'm still healthy and big. I was 310, now I'm down to about 260. And so I'm pretty healthy. The doctor says I'm in great shape, but I don't crave the sweets anymore. Bev used to get on me about salt. I don't crave the salt anymore. We use different herbs to sort of season the food to keep it from being too fresh. So the probiotic has truly helped me and has kept me regulated. And if I get a cold or anything like that, I will up it 1 dose and take that. And then maybe a day or so later, that's gone. So right now I'm back to 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So the probiotic really works for me and it is an awesome product.
Wow. Well, thank you, Horace. I mean, I apologize about needing to go dark just there for a minute. Dr. Prasad was calling me and he's just asking if he could jump on here at the end. And Nick, when you see him, let's go ahead. Oh, I'm going to do it. Okay, so Dr. Prasad is joining us now, and this is a fantastic time for him to be here, having just heard Horace's testimony about what the probiotics are doing for him. Thank you. My goodness, what a difference it's made in your life, Horace. And we're next going to go to Bernardine. Bernard from my goodness, you're a little ways away, but soon to be home with us. Go ahead, Bernard.
Well, actually, I'm actually about, can you hear me clearly first?
Yes, yeah, absolutely clear.
Okay, very good. I'm actually now in Joburg. I've been from Joburg down to Port Elizabeth. Cape Town, I've been at for like 3 weeks, almost a month. But we took actually a lot of products down here. And even though we could not, we know we cannot get products over here as far as the company, I actually brought products for a reason. I wanted to see people that know absolutely nothing about Engage Global products, how would the response be by putting people on a product that really has some problems over here? And it was so interesting to see the results of it. And to be honest with you, I'm coming home almost empty-handed. And I got a lot of people right now that are crying that we're leaving and they don't have access to the product. So I'm gonna have to come up with a plan now. But I've been off probiotics actually about 3 weeks. I have eaten over the last 3 weeks more salt, sugar, and things. And now my father-in-law made a statement. He said, I look like a little Buddha baby now. And so my stomach's starting to come out again. So I know what it is to run out of probiotic. But I'm going to kind of break protocol. Today, something happened that I wanted to relate to everybody on here because you need to know what you have in your hands. And this is not just a company that's just distributing products. We're getting such fantastic results that these people are telling stories that they've never been able to tell before. And I had one where a girl was working so hard on my wife's hair. And I looked at her because she kept sitting down. I said, are you having any challenges? So she said, I have such a bad headache. She said, I don't even know when I can finish this. And I said, oh, I said, tell you what, I don't have much of my products left. I said, but I do have some CBD and some micro daily. I said, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you a banana. I want you to take 2 of these CBDs and just a couple of micro dailies. So she takes them, eat a banana. In about 30 minutes, I'm back in the room. She comes back there. She said, what did you give me? I said, well, these are just things that kind of help, may help you with the headache. She said, you don't understand. My headache is almost gone. She said, I've never seen something like this before. She said, where can I get it? I said, well, I could leave you a few, but it's not available over here. And you should have seen the look on this girl's face. So I'm just saying, in short, that these products and the results that we're getting are real. And the only difference between it working and not working is really whether we take it and whether we suggest it to our people. And I have to say, Jeff, you've done a great job talking about probiotic tonight. Thank you so much. I look forward to getting back in about 3 days and going to work. So as many as possible come on these Sunday night calls when I get back. Thank you so much.
You know, that just like we tried to get in Mexico, you can get a license from the government, applied the job of David to apply for it and get a permission to sell it. And it might take some time to get the permission, but at least you can initiate. If this is that much interest in South Africa, that's a huge country, and middle class is very high there. And so,
Dr. Prasad, from Joburg to Port Elizabeth, going to Hyannis and Neisner down to Cape Town, the people were literally blown away by these products. And they were saying they don't care about the money. They said they're wondering how they can get it. So I'm gonna have to come up with a plan.
I think, you know, we can provide enough scientific documentation. That's what the government agency needs it, that it could be very useful for the supplement. And so I think you can talk to Jeff, you can talk to, or Bernard, you can talk to David and see if we can initiate a process.
Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna jump off this call, Dr. Prasad, because they've been waiting for you. So thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, Bernard. That's amazing. What Dr. Prasad just referenced, a lot of times when we're going into another country, we've done this in Mexico and in Canada. There's a lot of information that Dr. Prasad has to be part of filling out the forms and providing formulas and the documentation behind it. So when Dr. Prasad comes on and says, this is doable, we've done it. We just need to see if David is in a position where financially we're able to make that kind of a commitment to another country. So. But having the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation, I'll tell you what, it goes a long ways when these government scientists are reviewing what Dr. Prasad has provided for them. So, all right. I know, Dolores, you had your hand up for a moment. Dolores Lovat. Was there something that you wanted to?
I was just really going to comment on what Bernard was saying. Because I do have an affiliate. I have an affiliate that's from South Africa, and he is really interested in, making sure how to get the products there. He doesn't live there. He's in the United States, but right now he's over there visiting. And he is, maybe Jeff, maybe Bernard, and he can talk, or, not with Dr. Prasad or whatever, but he is very interested in that. Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, absolutely. Well,
Jeff,
Dr. Prasad, thank you.
Jeff, I want to apologize to the audience that I became late from the doctor's office. Sometimes doctor's office takes longer than you think.
We understand, and thank you for being here and being part of this. Corleen, your microphone is open. Is there something that you could or would like to contribute tonight?
Well, good afternoon. I just want to say, it is exciting to hear when other countries want to use our product and get product. But I just want to remind everyone that in the United States, we have a big country and
Yeah.
many people have not heard of this product
Yep.
yet.
Yep.
So let's focus on that too.
Yes.
Because I know when we've talked about, expanding to other countries, it's the commitment and all of that. But the country that we know that is open is the
Yes.
United States of America. Let's get the product out in the United States of America and see what we can do. All right,
Good.
that's all I wanted to say.
That's a good point, Carl.
Thank
I think this is very true.
Yep.
It is lack
Right.
of
And this.
reaching. I don't know how to reach those people, except, like Colin is doing and Dr. Piccola through the church or some other community, mass scale approach.
Yes. Yes, we're going to get it done. That's why we're all here. We're going to get it done.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
More eyes. We need all of you that are there, that are feeling these effects and talking about them, to just bring more people to these platforms so that they can become educated. We don't have to sell anybody. We just educate them, and they're going to want to.
Exactly.
They're going to want to. Okay, so we've got Monica Barnes. Her hand is up. Go ahead, Monica. If you want to open up your microphone.
Hi.
There
Good
you go.
night. Good evening to everyone. This message is to Dr. Prasad. My question is, I just wanted to know, is there an email or a contact number or something that I can use to speak with Dr. Prasad in person?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So yes, Dr. Prasad, she's asking about an email. How can you be accessed if she's got a personal question? Isn't it just your name,
More private.
Kedar?
My email is knprasad@comcast.net.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have a pen. I'm out in somewhere that I didn't have a pen to write it on. Can it be texted to me or something?
Yeah, we can get that to you,
I
Monica.
get it to you, Monica. We'll make sure we get it for you, Monica. All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
You
Good
bet.
night. Thank you, Dr.
Absolutely.
Prasad.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. Is there anybody else that we've got just about 3 minutes left here, and we're at the top of the hour. Anybody else like to share their experience with the probiotics, or if you had any questions for myself or Dr. Prasad tonight, just before we close up? Bob Evans, go ahead. Go ahead, Bob. Your hand's up if you want to open up your microphone. Got the hand up. All right.
Are you hearing me?
Yep, now we are. Go ahead, Bob. Oh, now we're not. There we go. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
Okay. Yeah, yes, I wanted to speak about the I hear something playing in the background there. Okay, yes, I was asking about I was mentioning something with the probiotic. And how I've used it. I ate something that had me bloated. I mean, it's like I was literally in pain, felt stiff, and what I did, I followed the suggestion that you made some time ago about opening it up, putting it in warm water, and taking it that way. And man, that thing, I could just feel, because I felt my whole body, because I suffer from MS, as you know, and sometimes I used to get body pain, but after, when I got this bloating, it's like I would feel it like in my back, down my both legs, and I just felt stiff all over. And I took the thing as you suggested, And man, I could just feel the relief, just gradually just lifting. And I felt real good after that, you know, after a few minutes, you know, I felt so much better. And it wasn't a fluke because it happened again another time, same results. So I could say about for the probiotics, I never seen anything work like this before, and it's the best, really.
It is, Jeff, it is very interesting to know from the history point of view that some 2,000 years ago, Hippocrates, that all the medical students abide by his rule, predicted and made a statement that all diseases begins in the intestine, in the gut, all the disease, even though he has no knowledge at that time that there is such thing as probiotics. But based on his experience, and he was so brilliant that that you know, even though to all medical students take an oath of that I will follow the principle of Hippocrates. Can you believe that? That human mind is some prediction. He has no experimental data on that. Just experience seeing the patient, he predicted all this disease begins in the gut. And now with all this data coming out, how true he was 2,000 years ago. And that's why what we are predicting these days, you know, that multiple vitamin is very important for your health. And now recently, 2 papers came out that multiple vitamin is very important to reduce or to improve the cognitive function in a placebo trial. It was a placebo trial that multiple vitamin can help to improve the cognitive function in older individual. And I have been telling this multiple vitamin for the last 10 years or 15 years, but you never know. But anyway,
it's just
and this was funded by NIH. And 10 years ago, when I applied multiple vitamin for PTSD, they said no, rejected it.
Wow. So, wow. Well, we are in an interesting time in the world. Yeah.
Pushing the idea.
Dr. Prasad.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, this next young lady that is coming up, I don't even begin to know how to pronounce her name. Lafala.
Okay.
I'm just going to pull you up onto the spotlight here with us.
Okay.
If you could tell us how to pronounce your name and then your question or your comment for Dr. Prasad. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Iya Falola Omobola. People call me Iya for short. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, that's easy.
So now forgive my pun, but I have a really good gut feeling for this. My gut is just outstanding, feeling really good about this product. I do want to say, though, I'm allergic to a few things, including aspirin and penicillin. I'm wondering if there's anything, if you've had any experience of issues of people having allergies or negative responses to any of the ingredients. And I'm suspecting the answer is no, because they're all natural, but let me know, please.
No, I think thus far in all these years that I have been talking to, people like yourself, and that only 1% said that I have some allergic reaction. And then when I look, she was taking a capsule, so green capsule. And so I said, I don't know why. So I looked about the green capsule per se, and they have what is called a chlorophyll complex. Chlorophyll complex is put for a whatever reason so that it remains a stable green color. And I found that at least rarely, very rarely, people are allergic to the capsule because of the chlorophyll complex. And as soon as they went to putting the content in it, things that nobody complained about it. So as you know, that micro daily EMF is coming up in a hydro form. And so for that kind of people, or people who are older and can't swallow it, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're in good hands, and thank you for coming on and just letting your gut guide you to ask the question.
Thank
All
you.
righty, great to have you part of the Micro Daily family. Absolutely. So Yvonne and then Michelle, and we'll call it an evening. So it's been a wonderful day. Yvonne, go ahead. Your hand is up, and then Michelle Trice.
Okay,
Yvonne?
good evening, Dr. Prasad, Jeff, everyone. I just wanted to ask, for someone who had colon cancer and had surgery, what is the recommended dosage for the probiotics?
Well, I think, again, I always say to consult your oncologist, but the therapy for you, at least for now you have no sign of cancer, right? You had surgery, cancer was removed. There is no sign anymore that you have a cancer, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So now the question is, sometimes the cancer comes to reoccur, or sometimes you have a side effect. You may have got some chemotherapy, and so I would suggest that for at least for a month, you take a therapeutic dose. Means at least the 3 times a day, maybe 3 capsules in the morning, 3 noontime, and 3 in the evening. But if you have an active cancer, then I would say take. Let's see how much would be 27 capsule a day in a 2 dose.
3 times 9. Yeah.
Yeah. And divide the total dose, 27 capsule per day would be a therapeutic dose. But if you don't have a cancer at all, then just the 3 capsules in the morning, 3 in the noontime, and 3 in the evening, and try for a month how you feel. And then if you decide to reduce it, do it gradually. I'm trying to emphasize long time. Then if you're on a high, say for 3 months, you went to oncologist, he said, yeah, now you're okay. No, there is no cancer signs. And you are not taking any chemotherapy or any kind of medication. And then I would say that continue to do for 3 months. And then if you are feeling, say, yeah, I'm okay, and you want to reduce it, for whatever reasons, then do it gradually. Say, for example, take instead of 3, take a 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening for a week. Then reduce another. You take 1 in the morning, 1 then until you come to a preventive dose, which is a 6 capsule a day. And so that's what I always say. Anybody who has a high dose, more than preventive dose, which is a 6 capsule a day, then if you want to feeling great, continue to do it because this is non-toxic. But if you want to reduce it for whatever reason, then you reduce gradually. This is very important. Otherwise, your body feels, if you draw suddenly tomorrow, you were taking, say, 9 capsules a day, and suddenly tomorrow you'll say, oh, I will take 6 capsules a day. Your body might feel that you have a deficiency because you are used to 9 capsules a day. And so if you remove gradually, then body gets adjusted to.
Yeah. This was a conversation that Dr. Prasad and I were having just yesterday, and it's important when it relates to the Micro Daily EMF, those products. Yvonne, as far as the probiotics, somebody who's had colon cancer, and you're just trying to reestablish the right flora and fauna in your colon. You try 2 in the morning and 2 at night with the probiotics, just to get it in balance, and then you could pull it back to probably just one at night and 1 in the morning. But I know we've got people that are. You bet. I know we've got people like Stephanie that was on earlier because of her gastric bypass surgery. Stephanie has found, and Dr. Prasad, you missed this, but she was taking 2 in the morning, 2 late afternoon, and 2 in the evening with the probiotics. And it's really made a big difference because her insides aren't normal because of the gastric bypass surgery that she went through 20 years ago. And it was really quite an incredible testimony as to what the probiotics have done to help her.
Yeah,
so,
again, even in probiotic cases, suppose, for 3 months or whatever you feel now is great, if you want to reduce it, because sometimes overgrowth of bacteria could also cause a harm. And any kind of overgrowth of bacteria. So when you try to reduce it, say after you felt better, then you again do it gradually. It's not suddenly like we're taking, say, 6 a day, and Sunday you say, I will take only 2 a day. That's not a good idea.
Very good wisdom. Thank you, Dr. Prasad. Okay, one
Thank
last question here. Michelle, go ahead. Thanks, Yvonne. Michelle.
Thank you
Awesome.
for taking.
Oh, we
Can you
get to
hear
see-
me?
Mhm. Absolutely.
I was
Yes.
just diagnosed 2 weeks ago with rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's, and lupus, and I've already been taking a probiotic, but I'm in search of some other vitamins or something that can possibly help with my situation. You had a lot of products. I'm not exactly sure which one might benefit me the most. Okay,
Right here.
so how
Yep,
do
my-
how do I get that?
EMF. The individual who provided the link to you tonight, let's honor the relationship that they have with you. So get back with them, and we could certainly, and I don't know whether it's just you saw it on YouTube or how
No, a
you were
friend told me
introduced.
about it.
Fantastic. Get back with that friend, and they can help get you in contact with somebody that can provide another opportunity for you to ask additional questions, but you're going to want to do the Microdaily EMF. It's the world's most scientifically validated micronutrient supplement, along with the probiotic that we spent most of this evening talking about. So those two would and we've had multiple individuals that would love to share their personal testimony with you as to how well they're doing.
Thank you.
Okay. And thank you for being on here with us this evening and coming forward and asking the questions. Awesome. All right. Dr. Prasad. my
Where
goodness,
is the Jonathan?
he got called away to another meeting, a convention or
fine.
something like that. Where he says,
No,
"Jeff,
because
I've
generally, yeah.
Yeah.
Generally,
yeah, it was all kind of a little bit of an up in the air, and we just leaned into tonight and had almost 100 people.
You did an excellent job of
It's great.
replacing him and working out, make sure everybody understands.
I can't feel Jonathan's shoes nor yours, so I'm really
No,
grateful.
no, no.
When I saw your call ringing through, it's like, oh, he's here. So thank you, Dr. Prasad, for coming and sharing this evening with us. Now, I know that this week, tomorrow night, we have the corporate the corporate call. And then on Tuesday night, you're with Jonette and Dr. Court. And
Yes.
on Wednesday night,
Awesome.
we're back here just like this. It's you and I in an Ask Dr. Prasad evening. So you guys,
And 10th,
what
on
are
10th, we have another meeting for hydro.
Exactly. Oh, you heard it here. What Dr. Prasad just is telling you things.
I don't know, supposed to be secret
hydro.
or I'm sorry. I can't keep
All righty.
the problem.
Oh, none of us can. Thank you, Nick, for being my co-host tonight. And he's got the music going for us. So everybody open up your microphones, your cameras. Let's thank Dr. Prasad for a great evening.
Thank you,
while being here.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad, and thank you, Jeff.
Dr. Prasad. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, co-host.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Have a nice
Great.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank you. You can get a copy of that, doctor.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Appreciate
Yes.
y'all so much.
Great job, Jeff.
We can
Stephanie,
get a
check
copy
your
of this.
chat.
I'd appreciate it.
Oh, okay, I will.
All right.
Good job, Dr.
Excellent.
Great job,
Good-
Mr. Jeff.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Wow.
Jen.
We
family.
love my Micro Daily family. Somebody beat me to it.
Oh,
Good night, everyone. All right. It's going to be great to have you back,
All
Bernard.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Welcome back.
Go.
Let's go.
All righty.